And then beginning to find your breath. And opening up your palm as a gesture that you're open to receive this moment. And you're open to receiving whatever your body is here to teach you today. Letting go of everything that's happened up to this moment. Letting go of the past. Letting go of anything that might happen in the future. And dropping fully into this now moment. Draw your hands to your heart center, gently bow the head, and take a moment to connect to your heart space, perhaps what brought you here, and then from that, answer. Excuse me. Perhaps you're setting an intention for what you want to receive. Releasing any attachments to the outcome, expectations as you shake your arms out. You start to wiggle the shoulders a little bit. And if the eyes have been closed, gently opening the eyes. And we'll inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Extended mountain pose. Let's take the big toes to touch and pause there. So just feeling this energy of rooting down and lifting up through the fingertips, gazing upward, creating good posture in the body. One more full breath. And on an exhale, diving all the way forward. Let's take our block to this height, the highest height. You're just going to hold the edges of it and then bicycle through your legs, work through your feet, bend one knee and the other knee. Awesome. Shake your head out a little bit. And then place your block on your left side. Your right leg stays forward, left leg goes back. We're gonna work through a lunge. Yep, so if you need to move that blanket out of the way. And your toes, all 10 toes are pointing forward. You're just dropping your hips down and up. And just moving through any sensations you're feeling in the hips. Have you guys been skiing today?
Just a little bit.
One run.
We did 2 runs.
Yeah, it was pretty harsh.
It was really icy.
It was icy? Oh, I thought it was slushy. I guess it's been cold enough that it's like crusting.
So
yeah.
We're saving our ski days for when we're getting like, foot and a half.
Good,
so.
yeah. Wait till it's good and it's safe. All right, step your back foot up a little bit, spin the heel to the earth, and then coming into warrior one. So the hips are square, shoulders are stacked. I apologize. I don't know if the music is just not getting a good internet connection all of a sudden. I don't know. That's okay. And then from here, we're interlacing the fingers behind us and then opening up in the heart space. You can bow forward if you want. You don't have to, but just starting to feel the shoulder blades hug on your back body, opening your heart space. And then sweep your arms down and up, spinning on that back foot, and then letting that back leg be like a spring, stepping forward. Inhale here, exhale, a little bit of a back bend. Open the heart, arms are like goalposts, and inhale, reach to sky. Exhale, lead with your heart, swan dive, forward fold. This time the block's on the right side, left leg is forward and right leg is back, and start to move through that dipping of your hips down and up. Let's see if the stereo got turned down somehow.
I've been hearing like some popping noises coming from stereo, so maybe just,
Yeah.
is it through Bluetooth?
Well, yeah, it is. So,
maybe turn off Bluetooth and see if turning it off and on again will reconnect it properly.
okay. Yeah, good idea. Let's see. says it's connected. I'll turn it off. Yeah, that happens from time to time. I don't know. That's weird. All right, and then you're prepping for warrior one. So that back foot steps up a little bit, and then you're creating that 45-degree angle. Yeah, push through the pinky toe edge, and your hips are square. Let's see if that did it. There it is. And release your hands, interlace your fingers, your second favorite way. And you can pause, opening up the heart here, or you can bow forward.
Hey, what do you mean your second favorite way?
Second favorite way. Yeah, good question. So when you interlace your fingers, do you always go one way? It's always one way. That feels natural. And then if you switch like that, doesn't that feel a little awkward?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good question. All right, inhale, come on up. There it is. Thank you for the advice. I like to have music and power yoga. So exhale, and we'll step forward and come into that forward fold again. So we're gonna just step forward and then bow in. And then turn your block that second height. Hold the edges again. Shake out your head, bend one knee and the other knee. One hip goes back to one side and then the other side. And then use your strong back body to reverse swan dive all the way up. Inhale, full breath. If you're a little dizzy, keep your eyes open. If not, you can close your eyes, settle your shoulder blades down your back, and lean back. Another opportunity to extend the spine. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. All right, so right leg forward again, left leg back. Crescent lunge first. We'll come up on this one. Inhale, taking out warrior one. And then exhale, warrior two. Now open up your hips to the pool, yeah. So the pinky toe edge of your back foot is rooted. Left toes pointing towards the pool, right toes pointing towards, these are the East Mountains. We're gonna keep that steadiness in the legs as we flow from side to side. So just reaching to the back of the room and then to the front of the room. And just opening up through those hips. Yep. And you can take your form to your thigh. So the legs are like the mountains, steady, strong. And the torso, the arms are like the waterfalls that we'll be seeing in the summertime here. And we'll cartwheel all the way down. As you're cartwheeling, you're spinning on your back foot. Your heel is up, and we'll take the block to that high height again, to the inside of the leg. And so from here, we're rolling to the pinky toe edge of the front foot. Yeah, so keeping the alignment of the ankle and the knee as you move out a little bit and back in. And then push through the big toe mound, all four corners. So the big toe mound, pinky toe mound, inner heel, outer heel are rooted as you twist. So you're gonna open up to the mirror and lift your right arm to the sky. Yeah, feel the left quads engage to create more support for your hip flexors on the left side. Exhale, release down. And then your back leg again is like a string. We'll step forward and do a half lift here. Inhale. And then exhale, reach towards the floor. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Shake out the head. You can even wrap your arms behind your knees if you want a deeper option. We'll go ahead and just switch to the other side. So left leg forward, right leg back, and a big lunge. Pause. Feel your feet and then hug your feet isometrically. So isometric contraction, hugging to the center of your mat to find more balance, more muscle energy to support you as you rise. Take another breath here. Inhale, exhale, open up warrior two, Virabhadrasana two. So spinning on that back foot. How did you get on a different leg? You got on a different leg. So switch legs. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, no worries. Look at your feet and make sure they're in alignment. So the back toes pointing towards the mirror, front toes again towards the East Mountain. And then feel that muscle energy. Muscles are squeezing the bones to support this opening of your torso, side to side. We're using Ujjayi Pranayama. It's a breath exercise where we're breathing through the nose, in and out, and using a slight constriction to the back of the throat to create that ha sound, kind of a Darth Vader type breath. And we'll finish one more as we cartwheel forward. Spin on your back foot, back heel is high. Push through the big toe mound of your back foot and pull forward isometrically. Yep, so spin that back heel up until the toes are pointing forward again. And then we'll work through a little bit of external rotation of the hip on the left side. So yeah, just want to make sure you're not collapsing your ankle like this. Keep pushing through the big toe mound. And then push through all four corners of this left foot. You got it. And we're exhaling to twist towards superior. So you guys are twisting actually that way to superior.
Oh, that's what you're.
There you go, perfect, yeah. Push through that big toe mound and feel that front foot really root down. Yeah, you got it. One more breath, inhale, exhale. We're adding on here, taking your hands on either side of your left foot and plank pose. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga, dandasana. Inhale, cobra, or if your back likes more extension, you can come to up dog. My back doesn't like that much extension. So exhale, tuck your toes, down dog. Your option is child's pose. If you need a break at any time, you can just come down here. And if you're feeling like you want a little bit more tapas or heat, you're in that mountain-shaped down dog posture. Bicycling through the heels, working through the toes, spreading your fingers wide, like rays of sunshine. So really take up space with your hands, your fingers, so that your wrists, elbows, and shoulders have lots of support. Perfect. Take your big toes to touch now. And send your right leg to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, step forward. Again, we'll come back to that lunge and move through those poses that we just completed. So crescent, inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. We're just going to do one of each. Exhale, side angle pose. Cartwheel, hand to your, you can use your block here, or you can take your hand to the earth and spin on that back foot as you twist towards the mirror. You got it. Perfect. Yep. Breathe. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, release your lifted arm. Frame that front foot and step back plank. Option to add more power if you want to lift the right leg up. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, open your heart, back bend. Exhale, you got child's pose or down dog. So actively pressing into the earth with your arms to help lift your hips to the sky. So your shoulders are elevating. Elevating, not that you want to crunch up into your traps and up into your ears, but you're pushing the hands so strongly into the earth that you feel the hips reach away from the shoulders. Big toes touch. Left leg, inhale, reach up with those toes, and exhale, step forward, lunge. Root down, rise up, crescent. Take your time, using that core strength. Exhale, warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, reverse. So that's left arm up. And exhale, side angle. Perfect, yeah. And release right hand to earth. Twist, spin on your back foot. So that if this feels too intense, use your block at any height to keep that spine long. And exhale, twist. Breathing to that outer left hip into the IT band area. One more breath. Inhale. And release. Moving through a vinyasa. All right, look between the hands. Bend your knees, lift your heels, and you can hop up, you can jump up, you can walk up, or you can play with a handstand, stepping one leg up and kicking up, and then coming into Uttanasana. Choose your adventure. Yeah, cool. Grab opposite elbows, sway from side to side. And release your arms like a rag doll and round up one vertebrae at a time. pulling your belly button towards your spine. So feel your abdominals engaged to support your back. Stacking one vertebrae at a time. And then upright, roll your shoulders out. Interlace your fingers, your favorite way, and bow forward. Shake out your head. This is an opportunity to decompress your cervical spine. So nod your head yes and no, yes and no. Sweep your arms down, reach up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, little back bend, unless you're dizzy. If you're dizzy, don't back bend. Wait till that dizziness settles, and then try it out. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, so second favorite way, interlacing the fingers. So first, pull your shoulder blades together, and then lead with your heart, bow forward. Softening your elbows just a little bit. Shake out your head, yes and no, yes and no. Moving on, sweep your arms down. Come into Utkatasana, chair pose. So yep, up on those toes. Find a little balance. Good, create more broadness through your heart as you lift upright, shoulders depressed down the back. Sit a little deeper until you feel that challenge. Stand up tall, good job, and dive forward. So we're changing it up a little bit. It's not going to be the same every single time, but similar. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Place your hands down. Here's another power opportunity to hop into Chaturanga Dandasana. So if you're going to hop, don't hop to plank. That's jarring for your joints. Walk back to plank. If you want to play with this hop, it looks like this. All right, so you're like, I don't know, like toes get used to it. It sounds like it hurts. It doesn't. So you can try it, but maybe you try it at home if you're scared to do it here. All right, so we're coming to down dog. And then we're taking the right leg to the sky, bending the knee and stacking the right hip over the left. So with that weight of your lifted leg, allow your left heel to reach to the earth. Get that good gastrocnemius stretch. And then bend your left knee a little bit more, get into the soleus that runs underneath your gastrocnemius muscles, calf muscles. Unwind, step forward, lunge. Inhale, crescent. This is familiar. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle pose. Cartwheel, perhaps using the block here if you want. And twisting towards the mirror. Gazing up towards your hand unless that cranks on your neck, and then you can lift to the side of the room. Release the right hand down. And then you have the option to lift the leg as you lower, or you can have your toes down, or you have your knees down even if you want to modify. Inhale, cobra, or again, up dog's an option. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Pause here for a few more breaths. Checking in with your body. Good, and ground more deeply as you spread through your fingertips. Your fingers and your fingertips are rooting, your knuckle pads are rooted down. Then bring your big toes to touch. That helps to kind of center the balance. And then take your left leg to the sky. Left leg is up. You're bending the left knee and stacking the left hip over the right hip. Let the weight of that left leg settle your right heel down, getting that amazing gastrocnemius stretch. And then bend the knee a little bit so the heel will lift off the floor as you bend the knee, getting into your soleus. Unwind, step forward. Feel the earth, root down, rise up, crescent inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. One movement per breath. So exhale, vinyasa, breath synchronized movement. Cartwheel all the way down, spin on that back foot, and twist. Left hand down. Frame the foot. Choose how you want to go through this. If you have any shoulder concerns or pain, you might want to opt out of that part and just meet down dog. 5 deep breaths here or child pose. So again, you have the option to hop forward, to walk forward, or to play with a handstand prep. The left leg would go forward this time, looking between the hands and pushing off. And then stepping forward, let's wrap the arms around the backs of the legs. And again, shake out the head. Bending straight through the legs. And then start coming up to standing reverse swan dive. So this time, core is engaged, flat back, rise. Feel your legs steady, strong. Inhale and exhale, Samastiti pose. Big toes touch, heels slightly apart, hands to heart. Yep. So find a focal point out in front of you or close your eyes, just taking a moment of stillness, thanking your body for what it's done so far. Feel as you press your thumbs against your sternum, your heart beating, pumping fresh oxygenated blood throughout your body. Traditional mount pose, arms by your sides, 45-degree angle. Visualizing the roots, energetic roots from the bottoms of your feet, going down into the earth to allow more length through the spine, through the crown, growing your mountain pose. Inhale, sweep your arms up, reach to the sky, big tall mountain. Exhale, side, this is the lateral flexion to the right. You can open your eyes if you want or keep them closed. Inhale, come up. Exhale, other side. And so some practices, they want you to touch your arms to your ears. I am more about tuning into what your body needs. Go to that first side again. Making those adjustments intuitively. So if you feel like you need to change something, doing that, come up, inhale, and exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, release mountain pose. Open your eyes, find a focal point out in front of you. So I recommend finding a tree, because we're doing tree pose. Left leg is rooted. So I always like to lift and spread my toes, root and squeeze the earth. That way you get all those muscles of the foot working. Right foot up. And you can always have this at the calf as well, that right foot. Finding that tree out in front of you that you're staring at, and then growing your arms like the branches of that tree. Take your knee forward, staff pose. Step forward, not a big step. And then hands on hips, bow forward, pyramid pose. If you want, you can use your block here. I like to actually start with feeling the hips, like where are the hips in space? Generally, the right hip wants to drift its way forward. So you're encouraging that right hip to stay back as you bow forward. Weights in the heels. You can wiggle the toes here. Maybe bow all the way forward so much so you can shake out the head. Start to look forward, bend through that right knee, put your weight into that right leg, and we'll come into Virabhadrasana 3. So if you want, you can use your block here for balance. Take your block forward, lift your left leg, and then send your arms out to airplane, or traditional warrior 3 is arms forward. Good, stay there, breathe. Nice, one more breath, strengthening that right hip, strengthening those stabilizer muscles, and inhale, come to standing. Good job. Exhale, traditional mountain pose, pause. Just connect to your breath. Connecting with that tree out in front of you, or if you have a favorite tree you want to visualize, you can visualize that you are that tree rooting down into the earth and picking up, let's see, did we do that side? Yeah. Right foot down, left foot comes in. And then spreading your arms wide and up to the sky. Gazing towards the top of the mountain, or if you want an extra challenge, close your eyes. Good, knee forward, staff pose, and then just take a step and pause, hands on hips. So generally if the hamstrings are pretty tight here, what happens is, because the hamstrings originate at your ischial tuberosities, the sits bones, right? So if they're short, that will tuck. So as you're diving forward, you don't want to keep those sits bones tucked. You want them to actually go back and up. So use your hands to help guide your hips into that anterior tilt. And then pause there. Instead of just collapsing and rounding in the spine, think of those sits bones reaching back and up and lifting yourself up more so the spine is long. Take a breath there, inhale, and on an exhale, dive in a little more. If your spine curves a bit more, that's fine. If it feels good, go for it. But we're still trying to reach that sit bone on the left side up towards the sky. If it's too much, another thing you can do is bend the left knee. And perhaps shaking out the head if you're pretty much upside down. Shake out the head, take out tension of the neck and the shoulders. And then shift your weight to that left leg. So the back heel starts to lift. And this is where the hip stabilizers contract and turn on. And so lift the right leg. To me, it's a lot of sensation. There's a lot happening in the hip. You're just breathing through it. Arms to airplane, arms forward, your choice. And this is what's going to help create healthier hips, is opening them and also stabilizing them. Inhale, come through to standing. Inhale, good job. All the way up. Still inhaling. And exhale, Samasthiti, hands to heart. Good job. The balancing section is done. Just sit in this, the sensations that yoga brings up, the postures shift our energy, shift sensations in the body. So you're just like noticing, like, what does my body feel like? Where's my mind? Where's my energy? Where's my heart? Just checking in. Releasing the arms. How you guys feeling?
Good.
Good? Okay, let's move on. Let's take the block with us. We're gonna open up to the pool. So you'll step your left leg back. And let's start out in this position so the toes are turned out, heels in. And we'll just set the block down in front of us and then take the hands to the thighs. You're just twisting from side to side, releasing in the back a little bit. And then we'll hinge from side to side. So depending on your knee mobility, maybe you're staying up here today, that's great. If you can go deeper, if your knees allow you to go deeper. And you can always use your block for balance. And finish that off on both sides, and then once you come to center, bring your feet parallel, big toes turned in just a little bit more than the heels, and then set your block to that second height, hold the sides of it, inhale, lengthen, And then exhale, dive your head towards your block. Maybe your head can touch the block. If not, don't worry about it. You can take it to a higher height even, or you can just let your head hover. And just letting your hips kind of dip from side to side. And then taking another inhale to lengthen the spine, lengthen all the way in 2 equal and opposite directions. And then exhale, you're diving as deep as you can go. Whether that's grabbing the calves or reaching underneath you. Making sure you're not locking in the knees, keeping that slight bend. And then walking the hands under the shoulders. We're taking our block with us for this next one. It's triangle. So turn your right toes towards me. And take your block to the outside of your right calf. Take your left hand to your hip. And open up your heart to the top of superior there. Open and rotate. So yep, the legs are straight and they're like chopsticks. They're hugging to the midline. So there's not just this like sense of you're reaching wide. You're actually sensing that you're hugging in as well. Bend through your right knee. Look towards your right foot, and then reach up. Inhale. Actually, we should take the block with us. Take the block with you. And then do that same thing to the back. So your left toes are pointing towards the doors, back the room. Drop your block to the outside of your calf, and then tip over like a teapot. And Trikonasana pose, triangle. So there's lots of different triangle shapes right here, right? You've got the triangular shape of your legs. There's a triangle shape from your hips to your left arm. There's a triangle shape here. So it's a very strong posture. So how can you soften it? You can soften through the breath. You can bend the joints a little more. You can let the muscles soften. Take one more breath to finding that balance of strength and softness, surrender. Bend through the left knee. Look down at your left toes. Push down through that left foot to come up. And then you'll just scantily hop together. All right, now we can sit down. All right, grab a drink of water if you need it, if you have water. Baddha Konasana, feet together. Just shake out your legs. Take your hands onto your shins and pull your belly through, your heart through. Inhale. And exhale. Very lovingly press your legs down with your arms and bow forward until you feel a stretch. Staying there for about 5 more breaths. And on an inhale, come on up. Spinal twist. Extend your left leg, cross your right leg over. And then your left arm hugs your right leg. So before you twist, find that good posture. We always want to lengthen through the spine before we twist. And then you'll rotate. We're going to take our hand and I'm going to join you. Okay. Take your hand and you're palpating the hip flexors. So you're trying to get those muscles to release, kind of squeezing the top of the quads, making sure there's not any residual tension there. You can take your fingertips and kind of dig into the hip. And so TFL, tensor fasciae latae, and then glute med start at the hip crest here, and then become the IT band. So just kind of work around the top of the hip there as well, kind of just squeezing and pressing. You can make your hand into a fist and then use your knuckles, kind of releasing in there. And then place that hand down and just focus on the twist. So lift your heart up, rotate back. And on an inhale, unwind. Janu Sirsasana is one of my favorite releases for the low back. Take your right foot in towards your inner thigh or to your knee. And take your left leg somewhat wide here. Yep, and inhale, reach to sky. Exhale, rotate towards your left leg and then bow over it. And then this should give you some opening here in your low back. And slowly sitting up. Let's do that on the other side. So spinal twist. Sit up nice and tall. Hug the leg and take your left hand like a claw. You're just working into the hip flexors and top of the quad. And then taking your hands, like your fingertips, pressing in, and then taking your hand whenever you're ready into a fist. You can kind of go through all those different options. Feeling the top of the hip crest, working the muscles, like pinching those muscles to get them to release. And then let's go into Janu Sirsasana. So we're taking your left foot in and taking that right leg somewhat wider, just kind of depends on what feels best for you. And now reach up and rotate towards that extended leg and bow over it. So left side, the low back, you feel like a really nice opening. Breathe into that space. And slowly help yourself up. We'll sit for a short meditation before we lie down. So sit cross-legged, close your eyes, find a focal point. Just letting that more active energy settle down. Take your hands over your heart, one hand stepped on top of the other, high-fiving your heart, your willingness to try something new and different. Thanking your body for opening and moving and supporting you. Just acknowledging the health and vitality of moving through your body, through your cells, your heart beating, muscles working, the body with its complex chemical reactions that allow you to be where you are right now, just offering thanks. Raise your hand and let's make our way onto our back. So supine poses, lie on your back, and we'll start with number 4 pose. So cross your right leg over left, it's kind of a pigeon variation. And keeping your right ankle pretty flexed here, toes active, so that your knee is protected. As you lift your left foot off the floor, reach through the window, hold that left thigh bone, and let your arms straighten out. Once you're kind of settled there with your arms straight, push your sacrum down towards the floor. So remember, we talked about those ischial where the 3 heads of the hamstrings originate. You're trying to push those sits bones down to the floor. They naturally want to lift, and it collapses your low back, which creates low back discomfort. So pushing those sits bones down is going to help you find that neutral spine. Our spines tend to be happier in that neutral position when we're doing hip openers and things like that. Taking 2 more breaths, allowing the belly to fill up. Belly rises, belly softens on the exhales. Left foot to the earth. Arms to a T. Hips over to the right about 2 or 3 inches. Knees to the left. This is an opportunity to stretch the IT band if you want. So that right leg would extend out. Be very gentle and slow with that. If it's too much, bend the knee more. Try and anchor your shoulders to the earth, especially that right shoulder. Relax the glutes, inner thighs, jaw, eyes. Take another big inhale and open mouth exhale and just kind of settle into the earth. Beautiful. Bend that right knee a bit straight and bring your knees up. Hips to center. Kind of wiggle around a little bit. And then cross your left leg over your right. Left ankle strong to protect the knee. Reach through the window. Piriformis stretch for the left side. Glute stretch. Letting that right thigh bone push into your hands to help create that neutral spine. And right foot is that on the earth, and then scoot your hips to the left slightly, knees to the right, spinal twist with the option to stretch your IT band, so extending, slowly extending out to that left leg. Make sure that you can take some deep belly breaths to calm the nervous system. Soften through the inner thighs, the hips, the shoulders, the jaw, the eyes, the tongue. Another big full inhale. Open mouth exhale. Just going to soften everything down. Just like you're melting into the earth. Begin to bend that left knee a bit straight. Unwind. Bring your hips back to center. And then take your feet as wide as your yoga mat and windshield wipe your knees from side to side. And then start to send your legs out straight, Shavasana pose. If your low back feels tight at all, you can take your blanket and set it under your knees, like so. If your knees need a little bit of flexion to support your low back. And then just allowing yourself to drift away. Really, yoga, all those poses we do are meant to allow us to relax more fully in this pose. So take another moment to scan your body from head to toes, ensuring that you are fully and completely relaxed. So begin to bend your elbows, take your hands to your belly, focusing on deep belly Buddha breaths, calming any nerves in the body, moving into the space of rest, digest, restore, recover, renew. Begin to bend your knees one at a time, either rolling to one side or just letting you peel your spine off of the earth. Coming to a seated position when you're ready. Hands in Anjali Mudra. Placing the thumbs once again at the sternum, just recognizing that life force within you, prana. We build prana in our yoga practice, and the stillness allows us to ground back into our beingness. So thank you for practicing today, for taking care of your body. I truly believe as we really take care of ourselves, honor ourselves, love ourselves more, we make this world a better place. So thank you for doing that, and have a beautiful rest of your weekend. Namaste. Thank you for coming. You're welcome. Just leave your mat out for me. I'll clean it for the next class. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. Otherwise, hope to see you again. So you're from Santa Monica. Are you guys from Salt Lake or from out of town?
We're from Boston.
Boston? Oh, really? Okay, cool. I love Boston. My daughter wants to go to school there, so we'll see.
Lots of schools there.
Yeah, pricey though.
Very.
All right. Well, enjoy the rest of this wonderful day.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. You're so welcome. How do you feel? You haven't done a whole lot of yoga. How does it feel to do a class today?
It feels great. I
Yeah.
didn't realize how much of a workout it is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, power for sure.
Mhm.
And I've been to power classes where, I mean, this would be like intermediate advanced, wouldn't you say? This today? What would you say? I don't know. Different perspectives, I guess.
Yeah, I put it in like intermediate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like there's advanced practices out there where you're like, this is the hardest workout I've ever done in my life. Like you could be in the gym, and I'm a personal trainer, and I know what it's like to like really work your body in the gym. But yeah, like there's some advanced practices that you're like, how is this so hard? But
I had
it's
a
good.
teacher in Seattle. We had do a 90-minute practice, and
Yeah.
there would be your mat would be like covered in sweat.
Oh yeah.
And it's
Oh,
not heated,
And
not
you
just like this
have
temperature.
to, yeah, you have to have like a yoga towel, or you're sliding around on your
Yeah,
yoga
or
mat. I think the hot 90 advanced is like the hardest that I've Bikram. When I first did Bikram, that was pretty intense. But yeah.
Bikram's weird though. I find it.
Well, he's weird, I think. But if you saw the documentary, do you mean the practice or him himself?
I just think that I'm just not into the sequence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Gotcha.
I like the other part. I just find it boring. Yeah, after you've done it a
Oh,
couple times,
totally.
it's just like
Yeah.
so repetitive. It's
Yeah,
just-
I am like creative, like I cannot do the same thing, but some people love it. Like if
Yeah.
their work life or whatever life is
Yeah.
crazy, it feels good to have the same poses that you can count on every time.
Yeah,
And for me, I go crazy. I'm like, "Ah, I have
that
to
was
do
the first
something
yoga
different."
class I took, and I was like
Yeah.
a hot Bikram class. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ever get into yoga. This
Yeah,
is-
I'm a dancer too, so it's just like doing the same thing. I'm like, no, it's like torture. But there's so many different kinds, so keep trying them. I mean, even our schedule, like we have so many different types of teachers and classes. Like yoga nidra that I teach on Tuesday, we don't even stand up. We lie down for 30 minutes on our backs, and I do a guided meditation. So just keep trying it all. See what you like.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for coming.
Yeah,
Yeah, see ya.
Yeah.
Well, we did this on like our first day here, not, halfway through the week when our bodies, need some sort of recovery.